Ms. Divvy Slew, $18. Grass Valley is number 9. David Galori at $13. Now, Tony, your selections for this upcoming Louisiana Downs race?
Well, I've come up with number 6 here, Brendan, Macon Calls, who is having its first test on the turf. It's had 9 starts so far, already on the dirt. It's shown a bit of potential and down in grade, so I just thought we'd make it the top selection, number 6, Macon Calls, Brendan.
He went round on the turf the 13th of June and finished in 3rd position that day. Marlon St Julian rode Don Symington on board, and we've spoken so much about his great record on the turf.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I fumbled the ball there, didn't I? Yeah. It actually made up a bit of ground on that turf assignment, so might be a progressive type of horse by Phone Trick.
Phone Trick, yeah, we've seen Phone Trick horse out here by the name of Calling. I think David Haynes raced it as well. Now, Joanne, your thoughts on this race?
Well, you're looking at a 1 1/16 miles on the turf. We've talked about Don Symington basically every race from Louisiana Downs, and turfing is what he does best. He's about 35% winners, turf routes, and this one, I think Tony has it right. We're going to go with the same horse again, the number 6, Macon Calls, with Don Symington for Jim Gaston, who we know is a top trainer on this circuit. Clever Trick is a very strong sire, as far as the sire of the sire, to get things done. And this horse has had 1 attempt on the turf, only 1 attempt. It was the last time. And you're going from Marlon St. Julian, kind of an over-rating rider, to Don Symington, which is another positive. This horse earns quite a bit of money per start, earned $36,000 in 2 wins out of 9 starts. And I think everything looks like it's going for Making Calls today off those Lone Star Oaklawn races. My second horse would be the number 7, Bold and Peaceful. This horse actually has the best races, but I cannot pick a horse on top that's ridden by Kathleen Garner. This is a horse who's 0 for everything. I don't even know when she's won a race. And from what I understand, very troubled rider. There is 1 win at Lone Star. An occasional win will come for this girl, but I'm just afraid in a big field like this that she's going to get into trouble. You're looking at 6-1 on the board at Louisiana Downs, and I think you'd need it. The outside horse who I would pick 3rd, the number 9, Grass Valley, is the speed of the speed in here, and the number 2 horse also has a bit of speed, and if those two go head and head, that's going to make Grass Valley probably come up a little short, especially with the 2 months off. I think she might be gasping for air coming down that lane. 1 win in 2 starts on the turf and a decent effort last time. Cox, of course, is off this horse. Gilroy takes over, and there's a huge weight difference today. Grass Valley is picking up 6 pounds, carrying 122 today, while Macon Calls drops 5 pounds, and that's an 11-pound difference, which at this distance could be 3 to 4 lengths. So I'll go 6, 7, 9, probably win in place on the 6, and an exactor or Quinella 6, 7.
Okay, Joanne, to pay your huge salary, we better take a short break. You're watching Trackside.
Sunday.
Just beat the favourite Mount Paradise at $1.04. It was a Quinella from Tony Brassel. Banknote $3.40. The Quinella did pay $9.70. That was all your winning bets, wasn't it, Tony? Trifecta, $228. Did you have banknote for 3rd?
No, I missed it. It eluded me.
It eluded you, but the Quinella's a good result. Okay, Louisiana Downs is the next for coverage. It's the 6th American race we'll be covering for the program, and a check of the latest in betting figures. Sunny Saltine, $8.40. Kirk LeBlanc, last start winner out of a mare by Honest Pleasure. $5.70 for Fly Maggie, a winner of both of its past 2 starts by Fly Till Dawn out of a Stop the Music mare. $4.30 for Past Inspection. And Carlos Gonzalez has the rider, winner 3 runs back since ran 3rd and then a 4th on turf. $3.10 Macon Calls, the Phone Trick horse, into $12 now for Bold and Peaceful. Macon Calls is our firm favourite, Joanne, and standing by at Hollywood Park. What's the male trackside there?
Well, Macon Calls is the heavy favorite, as you know, at Louisiana, too. The horse is 8-5, and deservedly so. You've got the Turf King, Don Symington in the saddle, all the positive changes with the drop in weight and the strong current form on the number 6 horse, Macon Calls. So that looks like a win place, even though it's very short. The horse just dropped down to 3-2 now. You're looking at the 1 1/16, 1,700 meters on the turf. There is a bit of a run to the turn, so you don't have to worry about not getting position in those outside post positions. I mentioned the 7 Bold and Peaceful before we went to commercial. This horse is 9-2 on the board right now, and the 9 Grass Valley picking up some weight today, 5-1. I might either do exacta boxes or Quinella keying the 6 to the 7 and the 9, or do a 3-horse baseball where you can have the 6, 7, 9 come in together in any order, first or second, but also back up with that win in place on Macon Calls. Any final remarks before we throw it up to the announcer?
Baseball, that's a new one for me, Tony.
Yeah, as far as turf racing goes, it's a new one.
Yeah. For me, it'll be 3 strikes and I'm out. Tony, your selection there is...
Yeah, number 6, Macon Calls, the favourite from number 9, Grass Valley. The bottom weight, Brendan, comes off a very fast workout last time, 45.2 or 45.4 at Houston.
Okay, and Joanne suggesting if you're getting your bets on late, 6, 7, 9 trifectas, Joanne, you're keen on the favourite.
All right. They're in the gate. I think we're all on the number 6 Macon Calls, so let's throw it up to the announcer, Chris Kotulek, for this final call at Louisiana Downs.
They're all in line. And there they go. Bold and Peaceful broke at the back of the pack and right up to the front. There goes Bethistan showing her speed, and Fly Maggie goes with her to the inside. Grass Valley joins them in 3rd. After that, towards the rail now, past inspection, she settles into 4th. Majestic Cloth is in 5th. Macon Calls 6, 7 lengths from the front. At the rail, Sunny Saltine is right there. Then it's a gap of 3 lengths further back to Miss Divey Slew, and the last horse is Bold and Peaceful. She has to make up at least a dozen as they bend through the turn, and Fly Maggie, the gray filly, opens up to lead it on the other gray filly by a length and a half. Towards the outside, it's Bethistan in 2nd, but right there behind her, Grass Valley in 3rd position. Past inspection still 4. She's at the rail, 4 from the leaders. Majestic Cloth up from her outside, and going with that one, it's Macon Calls, and now Macon Calls begins to tighten up those margins. She is 6, but she is just 4.5 from the front. Then it's a gap of 2 back to Sunny Saltine, further back then to Miss Divey Slew, and the last horse is still Bold and Peaceful. Down the backstretch, Fly Maggie still leads. It's a half a length margin from Bethistan in 2nd. Grass Valley in position to strike in 3rd. Still past inspection is just 4th. Macon Calls her outside, and further out Majestic Cloth. She'll go through that turn wide, but she's a contender now. Then Sunny Saltine, followed by Miss Divey Slew. Grass Valley has taken the lead, and she leads at a clear length now. Majestic Cloth powers up to chase after her. Macon Calls gets into the hunt. She's in 3rd. Further out to the outside, Sunny Saltine out of the turn and into the stretch, and the leader is Grass Valley. She leads it by 2. Majestic Cloth in 2nd, Sunny Saltine in 3rd. Macon Calls along the inside in 4th position. Grass Valley suddenly steps clear, and she's in front by 3, maybe 3.5. Grass Valley in front, Macon Calls in 2nd, then Majestic Cloth. Bold and Peaceful, a late surge for her. They come on down to the line, and Grass Valley will get home just in time. Grass Valley, Macon Calls, Majestic Cloth.
The number 9, Grass Valley, proves to be the best today, and a very strong ride from Gilroy, sitting just off the pace in 3rd, while the 2 leaders dueled it out, picked it up, and went on. It looks like the number 6, Macon Calls, came flying, and you see galloping out the number 7, Bold and Peaceful, with a very weak ride, as expected by Garner. If they would replace this rider with a strong rider, I think you'd see Bold and Peaceful getting a lot more run. The horse broke slowly, was left by about 3, and Garner made a bid about 5 wide, turning for home, probably lost a few lengths, and you see her galloping out with the leaders. So I guess that was an easy exacto with the 9-6 in here, but watch the 7 next time around if we get a jockey change.
Okay, that one is noted. I think both yourself, Joanne, and Tony mentioned that fast work, 13th of July, that bullet work for that winner, Grass Valley, and won accordingly today. $6.20 and 2.10, Macon Calls 110.
Yep, obviously primed for today's race. It was only a few days ago, that work, and in its track work, past 4 starts, it had turned out 2 bullet works. So obviously she's a good worker.
Okay, a low angle Grass Valley in those predominantly orange colours, birding clear. David Galori, 137.4. They've run the 1600 split in, and we're still awaiting third placing to come through. The 9 successful Grass Valley, and good value in Australia at $6.20, lined around 9 to 2 in America. $2.10 the place, $1.10 making calls, and we're awaiting third placing to come through. Photo for third placing. Or, as Joanne, you would say there, photo for show.
For the show, exactly. And now we're looking at another mile 70 race coming up at Louisiana Downs in the 9th. Devoid of speed, so we're going to have to find the speed in this one and try and get some money, but hopefully we had a lot of people cash on the exacta here between making calls, Grass Valley, making calls. You've got to reverse no matter how strong you think your top horse is. Look at Mount Paradise running second that time.
Okay, well, let's look ahead to the next race, and Louisiana Downs again will be the venue for this race, and it's due to go in 21 minutes. Now, Light Line, Carlos Gonzalez in the saddle. This is an allowance race, 1663 metres. Night Woman is at $10, 370 Light Line. Night Woman, $10, Kurt Bork. 13, Divvy in Seattle, Steve rides, and it won 4 and 5 runs back. Seattle Sun Horse. Taft Lil Queen, $6.40. David Galori, the winning rider from that previous race, a winner 5 runs and 9 runs back. $2.10 Vershinina. And we'll have Monty Berry in the saddle, a winner 2, 6 and 8 runs back. And $10 for Code Satan, Don Symington rides. Outstanding rider, as we've mentioned on several occasions. Race is due to go in 20 minutes from now. Shortly we'll have all of today's scratchings for you, and unfortunately again in Brisbane, after plenty of rain last week and an overcast day, there are a lot of scratchings at Doomben for today. Alan Thomas, our Brisbane race caller, still laid up with the flu, the lurgy. AT, if you're watching, we wish you a very, very speedy recovery. Tony, there's 6 runners in this upcoming race. What are your thoughts?
Well, I've gone number 1 here, Brendan. I know Joanne mentioned that it was hard to sort out the on-pace runners in the race, and I just thought that this filly would be prominent, Light Line. She's a horse that has been racing up on the speed at times, and due to the lack of pace, I thought we'd go her way. She comes out of her last start 5th at Louisiana Downs, and she was off the track for a good part of the trip, apparently.
Okay. Well, Joanne, your thoughts? Small field upcoming, 6 of them going around. Good race for us to play around with our trifectas and again our Quinellas, as was proven in the last race.
I think so. You're looking again at a mile 70. This race does start just before the finish line, and in a short field like this, everybody should be able to get position and not get parked wide on that turn. You're looking for the speed in here. Tony mentioned that Light Line might be a horse that can get out there. Light Line can go 24 and 2, 48 and 1. There's also a horse on the outside, and I think you mentioned that Vershinina was $2.10, so getting a lot of betting, I guess, in Australia. But this horse has gone 47 and 3 before, and if they let her go, she may end up trying to steal that race on the lead. This is a bit of a toughie, but I'm going with the number 1 Light Line on top as well. We're going with Carlos Gonzalez here, another very capable rider. Bobby Barnett, you see him popping with short, long. It doesn't matter. He can get the job done. This horse actually has been running on the turf quite a bit and has a better dirt record than turf record. So I like to see that Light Line is back on the dirt today after many, many turf attempts. This horse has 12 starts on the dirt, 2 wins, 1 second, 6 thirds. Looks to be placed pretty well in here. So I might go win in place on the number 1 Light Line. But you're probably looking at the 3 favorites as the 3 best horses in here. Light Line, the number 4 Taft Little Queen, who's a horse that has been sprinting of late and stretching back out to a route, also has been running in stakes races and is dropping down probably where Taft Little Queen belongs today. And then the horse that may go to the lead, the number 5 Vershinina, but these horses will all be over bet. Cliff Berry, the jockey on Vershinina, not one of the best. So you've got Gonzalez and Gilroy on the other 2 main contenders, and that might be the way you want to go. So I'm going to go win place on the 1 Light Line.
Okay, we've got a dead heat through for third. Previous race, Louisiana Downs between 4 and 5, past inspection and Majestic Cloth. Austin Lovelace aboard Majestic Cloth. So it's 9, 6, and then 4 and 5 are dead heaters for third position. It's been a few tight goes today, very tight win margin as well. Money back for the place, whereas Majestic Cloth has paid $4.90. The Quinella result was good, $8.20, strongly tipped by both Joanne and Tony. Trifecta on 9, 6 and 4, $57.90. Trifecta on 9, 6 and 5 has paid $753. Okay, you're watching Trackside USA. Next race is due in around 17 minutes. We'll take this short break, get those pens ready. You'll need plenty of ink with the Doomben scratchings. We'll be back with all of today's all-important information.
Charismatic is at the front and Charismatic, Menifee flying late, Charismatic wins the Derby by an act.
Charismatic and Chris Handley, a possibility for a triple crown. Charismatic, the Derby winner, wins the Preakness.
They're all in line. And there they go. Code Satan from the outside. Taft, Lil Queen is right there. Then towards her inside, Divey in Seattle, and Lightline is also there. That's the first four, and Vershanina not far from them. She's a close-up fifth. Nightwoman drops back 6-6 from the front as they go into the turn. And the leader is Divey in Seattle with 7/8 of a mile to run. She has the lead, and she leads it by a clear length now. And now Divey in Seattle is angled to the rail by Stevie Bork, and Lightline just behind her in second. Taft, Lil Queen tracking in third. Vershanina has also found the rail. She's in fourth. Code Satan to the outside in fifth, and the last horse is Nightwoman in sixth as they head down the backstretch. Divey in Seattle leads it by 2, and Taft, Lil Queen advances up into second now. Lightline is third as they streak past the 5/8 pole, and Cliff Berry once more from Vershanina, and he gets it. She gets up to be a closer fourth, and Code Satan is right to her outside. Even Nightwoman looks interested now as they begin to bunch up at the half-mile pole. The leader is still Divey in Seattle, a half length now. There goes Lightline. She gets up closer in a second. Taft, Lil Queen in third. Vershanina is there along the inside in fourth position. Nightwoman is now fifth. Code Satan in sixth. 3 furlongs to run. It's still Divey in Seattle. She leads it by a length and a tail now, too. Lightline comes off the rail. Vershanina continues to advance at the rail. Taft, Lil Queen in fourth. Further out in fifth position, it's Nightwoman out of the turn and into the stretch. It's still Divey in Seattle by over 2. Lightline in second. Vershanina will need some racing luck to come on through now. Divey in Seattle. Taft, Lil Queen still a contender. Lightline. Vershanina is trapped towards the inside. Divey in Seattle, but Taft, Lil Queen has made the lead. Lightline going with her. Vershanina will really have to roar now, but it's Taft, Lil Queen. Lightline responding down along the inside. Taft, Lil Queen ahead in front, and that's the way they'll cross under the line. Taft, Lil Queen from Lightline
Close
and
photos
Vershanina.
seem to be abundant today on the show, but this one looked apparent. It looked like the number 4 Taft, Lil Queen nosed out, long nose over the number 1 Lightline. So that looks like another cold exacta here on the show, but not much value. So that might be something you can carry over to a better play closing out the card in the 10th. Number 4, Taft, Lil Queen.
$2 for the place here in a field of 6, which is very good. Joanne, $3.30 the win. Lightline, $1.40. Vershanina had no luck getting through on the fence there, did it, Tony?
Yeah, looked to certainly beaten, didn't it, Brendan? It ran into a dead end, and that was the end of it.
4-1-5 unofficial, and we'll wait till the judge semaphores them. Back on the inside there, the favourite Lightline, heavily supported late in New South Wales, and it I suppose was valiant in the run to the line.
Oh, she showed a lot of ticker, didn't she? She dead set looked like she'd drop out there at the top of the straight. She had some ticker. She dug deep, but obviously Tough Little Queen was a bit too strong for her in the final stages.
A bit tough, you could say. Bicycle Irish Open out of an ancestral mare. Okay, while we await placings to come through confirmed from Louisiana, we'll take this short break. You're watching Trackside USA. Still more to come. You're at home on the track.
My father was a jockey, taught me how to ride. My father was a jockey, taught me how to ride.
Join us.
Is this a horse that apparently it sucks air in through its back passage? Is that what you're saying? that happens, it happens. That's something that's out of my hands. I don't care. They just lose the best jockey in Group 1 races.
Jimmy Cassidy was telling me at Hawkesbury the other day that this part made him feel like a burlesque queen. He didn't fancy that at all.
Give it to me, baby. What do we got for you, Richie?
All clear there. The second winning ride, David Guillory, we've seen today from Louisiana Downs. Tough Little Queen, $3.30, $2 for the place. Light Line, $1.40, and Versionina, no third. Quinella, skinny one, $2.50. Trifecta's paid pretty well though, $23.30. Okay, last race is a 1,000-metre event, and it's for 3-year-olds and upwards. A claiming race, $15,000, and the market looks this way. Known Lover. Winner 4 runs back, $11, $12 for Cody's Catch. David Guillory looking to ride his third winner on our coverage today. And it's at $12. $6.20 for Jigger, Ellis and Ridge 11. Imperatus $4.40, $4.40 El Chupes, Noble Roberto 14, Summer Wave $7.10. Charles Bremerman Jr., the rider. And then we go over the page from there to number 9, Gold Decoration. Carlos Gonzalez has the ride there. A winner 3 and 6 runs back, which is on page number 2. Gold Decoration, $10 in from $12. The Firm Elect in America, number 8, which is Summer Wave. $7.10 and $1.90 here, Joanne. You'd like those odds?
Well, I like Summer Wave. That happens to be my horse. The horse had a race at a layoff, had a race as a prep, and I think could project back to some past races that were very strong and could win this. You're looking at 9 horses in a 1,000-meter dash, basically, around one turn and to the wire. I would probably look towards a win-in-place bet on the 8 Summer Wave. Maybe we'll get a little more price later. Number 1, Known Lover, is a horse I remember. This is a 9-year-old that was running in Southern California, and I probably won some bets on this horse many a moon ago, but you've got multiple layoffs, 5 months off in a race, 4 months off in a race, always dropping and running at low levels. So Known Lover is a shadow of his former self, but does have some races in his past that could do it. As far as other exacta horses, I think I'm going to stick right now with the number 8, Summer Wave, as a win in place. The question mark is the rider, not a very strong rider. Unfortunately, we're getting some horses that look pretty strong and some jockeys on their backs that look pretty weak. So I'm going to reserve a little bit for my exactas. Look at how some of these horses look on the track as you guys go into your next show, and then come back to me, and I'll give you some exacta plays. But right now, go for that win place.
Okay, sounds like good fun, Joanne. Back with you shortly. Tony, your thoughts on this race before you go?
Well, I'm with Joanne once again. Brendan, I thought Summer Wave would be able to take a forward position. It has displayed good speed in fractions if you have a look through the form. First time at Louisiana Downs, but it does go pretty good on the turf. So I've got it on top. Number 8, Summer Wave, from number 3, Jigger. Quaint name there. There must be a story behind that. And number 9, Gold Decoration, who's a veteran. He's a 7-year-old, but he does have a bit of speed.
By Crusader Sword out of Foolish Pleasure, Jigger. Yeah. Now today, you like Anchiano, Bart Cummings' high-priced yearling, resuming?
I sure do. He takes on the Golden Slipper winner, of course.
And there they go. Gold Decoration from the extreme outside. Imperatus with speed. Summer Wave is also right there. El Chupes gets away in 4th. Ellison Ridge in 5th. Noble Roberto in 6th. Cody's Catch up into 7th. He is 7 from the front. As the leader, Gold Decoration races on. Known Lover is at the back of the pack along with Jigger. They head for the far turn, and it's Known Lover who leads it by 2. But now Summer Wave has gotten up to be a closer second. Imperatus still in 3rd. El Chupes in 4th. Along the inside, Known Lover in 5th. To the far outside, Jigger in 6th. Between those horses, Ellison Ridge in 7th. Cody's Catch has 1 beaten, and that's Noble Roberto. They turn for home, and it's Gold Decoration from that outside post. He's zipped to the front, and he's still in front by over 2. Summer Wave chasing in 2nd. Imperatus in 3rd. On the extreme outside, Jigger coming a late run. He's up into 4th. They race to the 16th pole. Gold Decoration not home yet. Summer Wave still working on him, but Gold Decoration is clear, and he'll take it from start to finish. Gold Decoration, Summer Wave, Imperatus, and Jigger.
Well, it looks like 9,853. Gold Decoration did not get that pace pressure today from Summer Wave, was able to take it wire to wire. Summer Wave held the place the whole way around, and the number 5 Imperatus looked to be third.
Pretty similar to what your odds are. $7.10, 140. Gold Decoration. Summer Wave, 140. Imperatus at $1.60. So a popular result to finish. Perhaps a few would have preferred Summer Wave to win. They got through the 400 in 20.2, the 800 42.3. Absolutely flying as we await interim dividends, the last of our American races. Quinella has paid $12.70. Trifecta paid very, very well, as suggested by Joanne before the race. Have a play with the exotic bets, $215. Well, Joanne, David Guillory, we've seen him ride a couple of winners today. There's been some strong performances.
Well, there have indeed, and I think that with the information that we all gave out, hopefully some of the viewers were able to cash some good exactas. I think a lot of Tony's horses and my horses, we were on a lot of the same ones today, had some solid seconds, but there were our horses in there for wins and thirds for those exactas and trifectas. So we'll be back next week, of course, with Louisiana Downs becoming one of our decent tracks and our regular tracks, and Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf down near San Diego, California. So all my local Hollywood Park horses are shipping down, and we'll have some good ones for you.
Joanne, look forward to that next week, because it is a well-known track down here, and you'll know the form extra well, so plenty more winners. And have a good week until next time we speak.
Thank you. You too.
Joanne Jones there, live from Hollywood Park. As soon as we get the all clear through, we'll give you the all clear dividends to collect, and good luck if you've found the winner on the final of our American races today. Shortly will be Summer Wave 140, 160 for Imperatus, Quinella $12.70, Trifecta $215. Okay, well, we've